Have you and your spouse maintained a relationship while raising children? What happens when your child chooses a path you do not agree with? How can couples reconnect during the different stages of parenting? And what should parents start preparing children for life after high school?
Welcome back to another episode of the Marriage Be Like podcast.
Welcome.
I'm Kenya.
And I'm Kenny.
And we are happy that you have joined us. For those who are repeat listeners or all-time listeners,
yes,
we love y'all. We thank you for coming back.
We love you. We love you.
Oh, we did that last week. We're not doing that no more, babe. Okay, so first-time listeners, thank you, and thank those whoever referred you.
That's right.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're listening on Envision Radio, you're listening on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Central Time.
Right.
And we are happy that you joined us there on envision-radio.com. And go ahead, like, share, subscribe. You can go on our socials at Marriage Be Like or Marriage Be Like Podcast.
Right.
And that way you can share with others as you listen to us. Go ahead and subscribe.
Yes.
And there you can also make comments and so on and so forth.
Right.
If you'd like to reach us, you can reach us at
Kenny and
Kenya
at marriagebelike.com.
Okay, so now that we've got all that out of the way,
yes,
let's think about what we did last week.
Okay.
So last week we talked about kids going to school. It's school time. It's August.
Yeah.
And for some, school hasn't started.
Yeah, and for those poor saps that live in the South.
Yes, for those who live in the South like us, then your kids have started school and college is about to start.
Yeah, these poor kids, man.
Yes. Okay, so, let me say this. Our Marriage Be Like podcast, this is our second year.
Yes, it is.
For those who are first-time listeners, I forgot to tell you that part.
Right.
This is our second year on Envision Radio and doing the podcast. So you can go back if you go to our website at marriagebelike.com and you can look at all of our other episodes. Listen to our episodes, so on and so forth. We're also on YouTube. Yep. We're on all the podcast platforms.
That's right.
Some of the things that we have talked about before are the beauty of commitment, the 5 love languages, growing together in marriage, and many, many more. Right. Sometimes we have guests on. We recently had guests. June was pretty full of guests, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So sometimes we have guests, and we'll be having more coming on soon. And sometimes it's just Kenny and I.
Yeah.
So you never know what you'll get when you get on the show.
That's right.
Okay, so last time we talked about children going to school. We talked about kindergarten, first grade, and middle school. So what's left?
High school.
Today we're talking about high school.
Yeah.
And the different avenues and the different emotions and things that you feel sending your kids to high school.
Yeah. Because a couple weeks ago, we talked about college.
We talked about college. We talked about empty nesting.
Yeah. So
all those things of your children leaving the home for periods of time. Yeah. And those time periods and what you go through during those time periods. Yeah. They're all different.
Now that parents are stuck looking at each other in the face. Because there's no one else to look at.
Yeah, so the title of this is The Kids Are Almost Gone.
Almost gone. Almost.
So today we're talking about what happens when the children start growing, becoming independent, making friends, making decisions on their own, and eventually preparing to leave home. All right, you want to read our topic questions, babe?
Sure. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Have you and your spouse maintained a relationship while raising children? What happens when your child chooses a path you do not agree with? How can couples reconnect during the different stages of parenting? And what should parents start preparing children for life after high school?
Yeah. So much happening. Just a couple questions. I ain't give you a whole lot this time.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to dig in and answer some of these, okay?
You know what I like about these questions here, Kenya, is that, these are things that I don't think we even thought of
Yeah.
as we were raising, right? I mean, it's just like, did we even give it much thought?
Again, because because I was homeschooling, those thoughts didn't come like that for me.
Okay. So yeah, so that adds another element
Yes.
to the process. But
Yes.
yeah, I think raising kids, generally speaking, causes us to overlook these particular
Right.
facts. You know, or I say facts, questions, or these points of note.
Yes.
Just because you just get overwhelmed in the whirlwind of what raising kids is all about. Right.
Yes.
I mean, and
sometimes you're just on a mission.
yeah,
The mission doesn't stop because the kids are always doing stuff.
Always
There's
doing
always
stuff.
something
Yeah.
happening. And
Yeah.
then you just get lost in the mission.
yeah.
Sometimes you may not think about those things until something comes up and it's like, they're 15 or they're turning 16. And
Yeah.
what happened to time?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes. So, but yeah, we're talking about what happens when the children start growing, becoming independent. Was it making friends and decisions, right? And eventually preparing to leave home. And I guess the high schools, and we're talking about high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those high school years are really kind of I don't want to say the formative, because most of the formative years are going to be prior to that. But at this point now, we're trying to dial in on some of the things that, or some of the things that are
Yes.
important, right?
Yes.
And those things that we think that they definitely are going to need as they matriculate through life.
Right. So what happens in high school? You know that your kids are going to high school. You do the same general thing.
Right.
Buy the clothes, buy the shoes, because
Mhm.
by that point they've probably outgrown. You know, the kids grow a lot in the summertime. Then you have to
Right.
buy all new stuff for the fall.
Right.
So what brings on different emotions with high school versus middle school and elementary school is the fact that it's the beginning of them going to live home.
I thought you were going to say the beginning of the end.
No, well, not the beginning of the end, but it is kind of the reminder of,
Well, I mean, and I think
they're going into teenage years and they're going to be leaving home in 4 years.
I mean,
or
so
whatever.
I think some parents may see it that way, right? It's
Yeah.
the beginning of the end.
They may.
I mean, especially when you consider a lot of adults, you left home to go off to college
Yes.
or whatever, and you never turn back.
Right. I actually did. I came back home for 2 years,
Okay.
but I know some don't. Some don't come back home.
I went back for a year,
Okay.
and then I left and was like, peace out.
Yeah. 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 I went home for 2 years and then I left again. I didn't go back.
Yeah.
And that's normal, I think. Some people don't go back home at all because they finish college and then go right into their careers.
Right.
So this just pop. You have to go and get your apartment, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But for high school, things are a little bit different. Sometimes if you live in the same neighborhood as your school, then you'll kind of go to the same school with your neighborhood friends.
Okay.
But there are other areas that in high school that don't happen like that. If you go
Right.
to a private school,
Right.
if you go to a what's the one where you send your kids off to school?
Oh, you talking about a boarding school?
If you send your kids off to a boarding school,
Boarding school, yeah.
all those things are different. Now, if you send your kids out to a boarding school, you kind of feel like they're in college because they're away.
Yeah. You don't see them every night.
Yes, and you don't get the opportunity to raise them in that sense.
Right.
So if they're in high school and they're in town and they're still here with you, you're feeling like, ooh, my child is getting ready to leave. This is their freshman year. We've only got a couple more years to squeeze in whatever information I can
Yeah.
whatever information I can give to them. We only got a couple more years to do it.
Yeah.
By that point, they're probably already in the teenage stage. The attitude.
Oh, man.
And so on and so forth. I think I'm grown. I think I'm invincible. All those things. So you're already generally dealing with that by the time they're freshmen in high school.
Right.
And it tends to hit in middle school. But you're also talking about things like military. What is it called in high school where you go and you prep
What was
for
that? ROTC?
ROTC.
Yep.
So those kind of things, that's different. You don't get ROTC in middle school. What is another one? Proms. Well, prom. Then you've got your whole court when you've got your what's it called?
Debutante.
No, not debutante, but those happen too. But what's it called? Like king and queen of the court. Was it?
But that's still part of the prom, ain't it?
No, it's not part of the prom.
I don't know. I went to the school.
Oh, you went to private school. This is true. Hold on.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, sorry. Homecoming.
Oh, okay.
When they have the homecoming, you have the homecoming court, and they parade and that kind of thing on the field and that kind of stuff. Yes.
I got you.
So those kinds of things are different situations that you won't get in like middle school.
Yeah.
So these are opportunities, of course they have those in college, but these are different opportunities in high school where the kids can get to experience different things.
Yeah.
Being in like drum corps and band and that kind of thing. In middle school is one way. In high school, it's on a whole different level though. It's much larger most times.
Yeah.
So then you have many more extracurricular activities, of course. Sports is a big deal in high school versus middle school.
Yeah.
Because you're pushing to get scholarships and trying to go to college.
Right.
And you got grades and tests. Everything is geared toward college, even from freshman year. And really before then, but really from freshman year.
Yeah.
So you think about those kind of things. What about trade school? In high school, they may start working at the age of 16, maybe even 15 or 14.
So let me ask you this. What class did you take in high school, right, that wasn't like your simple math, English, social sciences? I mean, let's say, what other class, social studies or anything like that? What class? You don't remember taking anything special? Like I took a mechanics class in high school. I took a carpentry class.
I took carpentry.
Did you really?
I did. And I loved it.
Did you?
I did. But it's art. That's what I geared toward anyway in my head. So I was one of 2 girls in my carpentry class.
What did you make?
I took carpentry 1 and 2, by the way.
So what did you make or what you build?
I remember building a treasure box.
Okay.
And I didn't keep any of the things. I was just in it just because I loved it. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't think I would like it. I accidentally took it because I wasn't completely sure what they were going to do. I said, oh, it's wood. But I didn't know all the tools and that kind of thing we would have to work with.
Yeah.
So I remember making a treasure box. And I generally would give my stuff away to like my friends and that kind of thing. I don't know if I even brought anything home, actually, now I think about it.
Okay.
But I did really well in the class. I remember making, when we were we had to make a horse.
Oh.
Yes. So we had to carve a horse out of wood and then we had this little plank. So we had to draw out the horse. It was a whole deal. And the first time I made my horse, I bombed because I just could not get the curves and that kind of thing.
Okay.
But then I said, well, can I just do another one? And I actually had to pay for the next block because I bombed with the first block. Yeah. But the second block, I was like, cool, I got this now. But I messed up on the tail. Okay. I was trying to make it, like really pretty and prissy and have a flowing looking tail. It didn't work out that.
Doing too much.
It was supposed to be a girl horse. It was supposed to look the way I needed it to look, and I couldn't quite get there. Okay. But it did look nice. I did do better on the second one. But yeah, we didn't do like simple stuff.
Yeah. I made a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember making that chair. I don't remember where it ended up. And it wasn't a big chair, right? I mean, it was a chair. It was a little tiny thing.
Yes, right? Yes. We didn't make large pieces of furniture and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, but I did make a chair. That was fun.
I love carpentry.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. And then mechanics. learn how to change oil and change a tire.
Yeah,
and
no.
jack up a car and all that stuff. And then, you had your home ec classes and stuff.
I didn't take home ec, actually.
And actually, I think the home ec I took in middle school. So in high school, it was a little more.
We had a general
stuff.
home ec class in middle school. I didn't take home ec at all in high school because I was like, is it going to make me cook? Because if so, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Hated cooking. Hated. So anything that dealt with that, I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I think that's what we would bake in our home ec. So I remember baking a cake or something, or brownies or cookies, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no. I remember I guess I can't say that word. A blank education class.
Oh, okay.
I took one of those because I was curious and my parents wouldn't sign for it, so I forged my mother's signature.
Ooh.
Yeah. They wasn't trying to let me learn about those kinds of things yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was like a junior though in high school. So I was like, well, surely I should be old enough to learn about it. But no, they were just too conservative and they wasn't trying to hear it. So I forged the signature. Now later I got in trouble. Like towards the end of the year, they didn't even know until then. But hey, yeah. And then I got in trouble. Then I couldn't go back to the class. But it was cool because I was like, yeah, I don't even want this class. No way. I don't know what I signed up for. I think it was just way too much information considering we hadn't had one of those kind of talks yet.
Yeah, okay.
But I was just trying to do my own thing and learn anyway because I felt like I should.
Yeah. I imagine that, high school and these schools are much different than when we were.
I'm sure.
In school.
I'm sure, yes.
Though it's only been a few years for me. Right?
Of course, just a few with all your gray hair and your beard. Just a few years. Okay, so some of the other things you think about is them being on their own, creating their own life outside of the parenting.
Yeah.
Even when you're thinking about outside of high school, these things start to wonder because you're looking at how your children are dating, who they will be dating, the kind of dates that they have, and the male or female that they bring home. And then, of course, your first thing is, well, I need them to keep dating because I may not like this one and I need them to have a better wife or a better spouse later on.
Yeah.
But you start to wonder about those kinds of things to make sure that you taught them enough and know what to look for.
Right.
Those kind of things come into mind in high school. Because they may be into relationships. Okay. The countdown literally begins.
Yeah.
You're counting down ACT scores.
Yeah.
You're counting down to when you can apply for scholarships. You're counting down to when graduation is or when your senior pictures are. There's a lot of countdowns when you're talking about high school.
Yeah. and so many things are established there. You talked about girlfriends, boyfriends, and how many of your classmates are still with the person that they dated in high school today?
I don't think anyone from my high school
really
ended up together. Not that I recall.
Oh, okay. Maybe because I went to a bunch of private schools and I don't know. I don't know, but I'm surprised by the number of individuals who met in high school and are together to this day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I had. I knew a couple who were dating in high school and then ended up going to the same college. They stayed in town and went to the same college, and eventually it broke off. Yeah, they never actually got married.
Maybe because, like I say, the schools I went to were much smaller, and kind of a tighter knit of people.
Yeah, community in a sense.
Yeah. So in that respect. Because you're right. When the public schools that I went to, I don't know anybody. I don't see them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a smaller public school. It operated more like a magnet school, I think. So it wasn't large with hundreds and hundreds or thousands of kids. That wasn't the situation.
Yeah.
So it was easy for me to pretty much know everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do find it interesting that there are some that have been together since high school.
Wow.
That I see now, and so that just
Actual
really
high school sweethearts.
Yeah, and so it's amazing to see that. So shout out to all of those. If you know me. If you knew me in high school, then you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. Shout out to you guys for hanging in there, because it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
And to really kind of be with somebody from day one.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like you. Oh, I like you. Remember, do you like me? Check yes or no.
Yes.
And that'll be the same person that you're married to 40 years later.
Yeah, because then their relationship would have been lasted so much longer. Because that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Literal high school sweethearts.
So I just brought that up because we're talking about the preparation and some of the things that we look at.
Yeah.
And so then it's important for us as parents to pay attention to the friends, the relationships that they have as they are preparing for high school, going through high school, because those are some of the relationships they keep forever.
Yes, that's true.
And
or at least you hope.
Yeah. And not even just, intimate relationships, but just friendships, right?
This is true.
You can have friendships
coming into their own.
Yeah.
And being able to make friends and have those friends for a long, long period of time, or for the rest of your life even.
Yeah.
Yes. If you don't lose touch, oftentimes you lose touch when you're in high school or when you leave. Yeah.
I got a partner now that, we talk probably once every 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? But if I pick up the phone and call him, his number is still the same, and he knows my number is still the same. When I pick up the phone and call him, and we may talk for 3 hours.
Yeah, because you got to catch up for the 7-8 years.
But it's almost as if we talked yesterday, and we're just going to continue that conversation. So it's really interesting how friendships like that continue. So anyway, but
all
that
right,
starts
so
in high
let's
school.
ask a question. When should parents start preparing children for life after high school? When you start talking about those kinds of things.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, I kind of feel like there are principles that should have already been instilled at that point. Mm-hmm. How to be a person that is respected because of their ethics, their the way they think, and their consistency in everything that they do. I think that is something that is taught long before you get into high school. I mean, you get into high school, that is too late to teach those things, but those are the things that I think are very valuable. I don't know if
it's ever too late, but I agree. They should already be instilled, and the effort shouldn't start in freshman year.
Right.
Because sometimes it takes a long time to get those lessons.
It takes a long time to get them,
Yeah. Okay, so what happens when your child chooses a path you don't agree with? Like if you're looking at your kid and you know your child and you figure, okay, well, these gifts that they have may go this way and may go into this field. And then your child picks a field totally opposite or totally left field that has nothing to do with their interests. And you're like, what in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, I feel like you said something just a second ago, your child, knowing that child well enough to know how to deal with that.
Or at least you should know your child. Look, some people may not, but you should know your child.
But I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, we have 2 boys, and though we raise them the same, they respond differently.
Oh yeah, they're totally different people.
And so, so then the way I would try to help steer one is I have to do it completely opposite with the other, and so that's one thing. So I mean, I don't know that we have a cookie cut answer for that question, right?
But that's the whole point of the question, because there isn't a cookie cut answer.
Yeah.
You just have to figure it out based on the child.
Yeah.
You just have to try to see how they can do. You can try to guide them, steer them, give them some avenues, say, okay, well, if this is this, why do you want to go into this field?
Right.
What do you think brings those interests to you for this field? I don't necessarily know if I would say I disagree with that. I don't know if I would tell my child to disagree with it.
Okay.
But I would think I would probably say, okay, well, these fields also have some of that same interest.
Yeah.
Maybe this gift that you have might work a little better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would probably put it more that way than to be like, no, you can't do that. Or to even steer them into, no, you have to be a lawyer, or you have to be a doctor, or you have to be an engineer. I don't think that I would do that, but there are parents who do.
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
And sometimes kids will go into a field that their parents are in because their parents are in it and may not necessarily have those gifts.
or they won't do it, but they actually do have the gift
Yes,
and really have a
I've
desire.
seen that as well.
But they're put off because of the pressure
Yes,
that the parent puts on them.
that
I'm
was
not
what
gonna
I
do
was
that.
going to bring up. A lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that particularly these days and times,
Mhm.
when we were growing up, life was just different. And I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, we could take the pressure. I'll say life was just different. Today, the kids that we raise don't have the same tolerance level, I would say, I think.
Did we raise him to be that way?
I think that's just life. You know, so much has changed since we were young.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Because I
But-
mean, you can, every generation looks back or looks at the next generation and says, hey, they're not like we were, you know?
True.
And
But
so
they
then
have so much more information.
now there's
So much more comes to them because of the internet that we created in our generation and how it has blossomed in the next two generations behind us.
and they just use it differently.
Yes, the next three generations. Yes, it's very true. They use it differently. Social media
Mm-hmm.
has changed literally the world.
Yeah.
So knowing your kids and knowing, but then also it has also created more and different careers.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So if there's a career that your child wants to go into and you don't know anything about the career, before you say no, research it.
Yeah. Because when we were their age, there was no such
It
thing
may
as
not have been.
podcasts.
There you go. It may not have been such a thing as podcasts.
Yeah. I mean, there were radio shows.
There were radio shows, yes.
Were there?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess they were.
Yes.
I didn't listen to the radio then.
Oh, okay. No, we did.
No, listen to for music.
Yes,
That's
but they
what
still had shows then.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. I wasn't into talk radio.
Well, I understand. I mean, we were teenagers. Who cares about that kind of stuff?
I mean,
But it still existed is the point.
I
Yes.
got into talk radio.
Yes,
So,
but that wasn't until you were an adult.
yeah.
Okay, so how about a segment, babe?
All right.
Oh, wait, did we answer the other question?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. Okay, so segment. All right, now I found this and I didn't necessarily word it the way we could probably use it.
Okay.
I just put it in there the way I saw it.
Okay.
And I said, we'll just work it out. And I'm just giving you a
Okay.
heads up.
Okay.
Okay. Who had the bigger attitude? Oh, sorry. This is called rapid fire.
Okay.
Rapid fire. So then you just quickly answer the question.
All right.
Generally, I was hoping that we could say kids or parent.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then also tell people why we do segments and games, babe.
Okay. So our segments and games.
This is probably more of a game, actually.
Is
I'll put
it?
as a
Yeah.
segment,
Da-da-da-da. Sorry.
Yeah. It's probably more of a game. This is true.
All right, so our segments and games
change it.
are opportunities for us to really kind of just spark some communication, to learn a little bit about each other in a fun way. And so, these are tools that you can use to kind of help build that communication
Yes.
between each other. So, this game is rapid fire, parent or kid.
Yes.
and what we call this going away to school edition.
Kind of, I guess so. Okay, so this one says middle school. In middle school, who had the bigger attitude, kids or parents?
Ooh, ooh, I don't know.
There's a lot of attitudes flowing during middle school.
There was, but I mean, it was. I don't know who had the bigger one, me or them.
I think it was them.
You think so?
Yes, I think it was them.
I mean, now
The youngest was into everything. He was always getting in trouble.
Oh, that was just being a boy.
I'm sure it was being a boy, but he was just so curious and always breaking stuff and getting in trouble. And the older one, well, he was going through a few things with bullying and that kind of thing.
Okay.
So he had a different bout.
Yeah.
So yeah, he became a little bit different
as a result of that. But
as a result of that, that's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't know. You didn't talk about you or me.
No.
So is it really them? Do you really feel like it was them?
I feel like it was them. I think that our attitudes were more on the tail end of it.
Okay.
You doing wrong. You won't do right. I have to punish you. Now I got an attitude.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I mean, I'm struggling because you still end up with an attitude.
Yes, but
so
the question is who had the bigger attitude?
Okay.
Kids or parents?
Parents.
And I said kids. Okay. So high school, who realized first the graduation was coming?
I will say parents.
I actually said I'm gonna say kids.
Really?
Yeah. The oldest one, he was waiting. He was on the countdown long before I was.
Oh, okay.
Long before I was. I was like, oh, is it really? Oh, I guess so, yeah. I don't know. I was just so busy homeschooling and trying to get everything done and getting his transcript and so on and so forth done. And all he was thinking about was graduation day. I'm almost out of here.
Okay.
Okay. Leaving home. Who was actually ready? Parents or kids?
I'd say kids.
Yeah, they were definitely more ready than we were.
Yeah. And because they came to us like, okay, we're ready to go. And we were like,
Yeah, they came to surprise us. They already had their apartment, had a roommate. They were had their internet. They were good to go.
Yeah.
They knew where they were going. They'd already put the deposit. We were like, oh, wait
a minute.
What happened?
Yeah, we didn't have this discussion. We need to talk about these things.
And they moved out together.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were definitely ready. Okay, empty nest. Who struggled more? This says who will struggle more, but because we already went through it. Who struggled more, them or us?
Oh, and now when we talk about struggle, you talking about emotionally, financially. So, I'd say financially was more of a struggle for them because of because
it was so new.
It was so new. For us, maybe more emotion. We struggle more emotionally, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they struggled at first because there was no fallback.
Yeah.
I either had to pay this rent or I was going to be out of an apartment.
Right.
I either had to pay this utility bill or we ain't going to have lights.
They didn't have to buy groceries.
They ain't have to buy groceries because I bought the groceries.
They didn't have to buy groceries.
At least for a while, that's true. But eventually they did. Eventually I had them on a rotating system. And they rotated out when they went to the grocery. Okay, marriage, when the kids leave, what date night or vacation are you finally going on? Do you remember us talking about that? Ooh, what we gonna do when the kids go?
I do. Man, and what did we?
Do you remember what we said? You don't remember?
I don't remember that.
We said Hawaii. Never made it.
Never made it. Did not make it to Hawaii. Still have not made it.
But you know Hawaii. What? The other piece to it that we did differently, though, that I don't think most people do. Remember, we actually vacationed without the boys for many years. Mm-hmm. They didn't go on family vacations with us until high school.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the difference is we live here in Alabama. Both sets of our families live away.
Yeah.
So when there were breaks, we'd send the boys that way.
Yeah.
To the other parts of the family. And Kenny and I were vacation.
Yeah.
So I think it was different because by the time the boys got in high school, I was like, we've never had a family vacation before. Because we would vacation on our own. They vacation with the grandparents. And then I looked up and I was like, we
did a couple things.
Little things, but they weren't like long trips.
When we went to Disney, did we take?
They were in high school.
Were they?
Yes. Yeah. We did like Chattanooga trips. We did like Nashville trips. Short trips like that.
Long weekend type deals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So that was the difference, I think, for us. And then by the time we realized that, we were like, okay, all right, I guess we can start doing family trips.
We went one place. I'm sure. I'm about to pull up a picture because you tripping.
Pull up tripping.
Yeah,
hey.
Yeah. I said that.
I don't count going to see family.
Well, okay.
I don't count that as vacation.
We went to Florida, and
is that not going to see family?
It is, but it was part of a
longer
vacation. Sure was.
To the beach.
To maybe to Disney or something. I don't know.
We didn't go to Disney till high school. Till the boys were in high school.
I'm about to show you a picture.
Well, why are you scrolling?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into the perspectives. How about that?
Let's do it.
Okay, so perspectives. We're gonna talk about how the perspective from a parent is looking at high school, and then how the kids are looking at it from their perspective. Okay, so parents feel pride.
Yes.
You're proud that your kids are in high school.
Yeah.
You're happy for them to be able to grow up and see things differently, learn life the way you see it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also fearful. You don't know what's going to happen in high school. You don't know who they meet, what knucklehead they're going to bump into.
Right. Or if they're going to remember the things that you taught them.
Right.
That's a different level of anxiety.
This is true. And be able to hone in on the things and morals and that kind of thing. I agree. So on that instance, though, there's also excitement when you see or when you're hopeful that those things will stick.
Or how many parents do you think actually are living vicariously through their child's experience in that? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Just
I did this in high school too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Particularly when you're talking about sports and that kind of thing. Let me see what I do in high school. I didn't play any sports in high school. My dad was feeling that way when I was in middle school because I ran track.
Okay.
I ain't doing any of that in high school. Okay, so what about nostalgia? You start looking back and you think about the kids and what they look like when they were children and how different they are in high school versus when they were younger and that kind of thing. Yeah. So yes, nostalgia hits, and that's different from when you're going into first grade and even middle school.
Right.
It's very different because there's so many years that have passed. The nostalgia is when I feel it mostly kicks in high school.
And I bet you a lot of parents want their children to do the same things that they did. Hey, remember, I remember doing this, and you need to experience that.
Yes, absolutely.
Do I really?
Yeah, and try to push them into doing those things.
Yeah.
You're not going to find it, are you? You just still scrolling through pictures.
I'm going. Keep going. We
Okay. You also you think about sadness because you know that your time is getting short as a parent.
Maybe not as a parent. Come on now.
Well, yeah, as a parent you are, because once they're in college, you don't parent them like that anymore.
But that doesn't mean you're not a parent anymore.
I'm not saying you're not a parent anymore. I'm saying that as a full-time parent, you're not a full-time parent when they're in college.
Okay.
They're going into their own.
Yeah, they are.
They're making their own decisions.
Yes,
when they're in high school and before, you're making pretty much everything.
But here's the thing.
Everything's pretty much on you.
But you're always on standby. I'm going to tell you why.
You are.
Because they will call you when they need you.
They call you when they need you.
And
but
you
the
just gotta
need is
be
not
ready.
always the same as it is in high school.
Hey, listen, but when they get to certain points in life, the needs are pretty significant.
Well, they may be significant and also costly, but they don't need you all the time. You know, you don't have to parent them like that. You're
Okay.
just their parent, and
Okay.
there's a difference.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So then there's a little bit of relief, maybe. Some people may feel relief. I don't have to be on them, on top of them all the time. You know,
Yeah.
they're in high school. They can think a little bit for themselves, and
Right.
it may not be as hard.
Yes.
But there's also uncertainty.
Yeah.
You're not
definitely.
sure what's going to happen, what they're going to choose. And maybe a little bit of sadness because your time is running shorter.
Yeah. Yeah. The sadness one troubles me. You know, and I say that
Some people
because
feel sad.
I guess because you don't want them to grow up. Is that why we're sad?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, that's the honest truth. I've literally heard mothers say that.
You don't want them to grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my favorite time raising children when they're really, really young, right? You know, that 1 to 3, 4 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though the terrible twos or the stuff, whatever.
I know. I actually really like the terrible twos and toddler age.
Yeah, that's but here's the thing. I would love them to just be there and not grow past that point.
Oh, no. Now they have to move on from stage to stage. But yeah, no, I really enjoy that. And I think I enjoy it so much because they're so curious. They're like little sponges. They just take it all in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so that's why I like that stage.
And here's what's wild about that, the questions that they ask. Oh, man.
I know.
It's like, you know what?
Because they're so, they're learning and trying to understand the world around them.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready? Did you finish looking through pictures?
Yeah, I didn't find it, so.
I know. You're looking for the ones that we took them on the boat when we were in Florida?
There was another one I was looking for where Elijah was sitting there, had his thumbs up, and it was a NASCAR picture behind him. It was at my mother's house. And she had the picture on her desk, and he was standing in front of the picture, and he had the thumbs up. Anyway.
And you sure that wasn't the same trip?
I don't know. I thought that seeing the picture would bring back the memory, but
yeah, okay.
I couldn't find the picture, so.
Anyway. I was gonna say if you look at the youngest one, you could pretty much tell what age they were.
Yeah.
Because the oldest one, he had a mustache early, so you might not have been able to tell what year that was. Okay, so what about how teenagers feel? Pressure to succeed?
Wow, yeah. You know, and that pressure to really and maybe, I don't know if we call it pressure.
Standards?
We call it pressure, or really just the excitement of being able to prove others
both.
wrong. Yeah.
Yes. Depend upon the kid, depend upon how they see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you have a parent that's really pressuring them to do this, do that, they get pressure.
Yes.
Yeah. And if they want them to succeed, and if they've already decided to choose a path, their parents are going to push them to do excellent to get to that path. And that can be a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fear about the future because they don't know what it looks like.
Right.
They're not sure this is their first time coming into this part of life.
Yeah.
So you may talk to them about it, but that may bring on fear anyway.
Yeah.
Which I think is normal. As long as they, don't get too stressed out about it.
Yeah. And I think parents can come in and kind of help reassure them in that process,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so what's next, babe?
Excitement.
But to say I'm talking a lot here.
Yeah. Excitement for independence. And maybe a little bit of anxiety at the same time, right? But the excitement, just saying, hey, I get to make my own decisions. I can come home when I want to come home. I don't have a curfew or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, when they were driving, Yeah.
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 So
The youngest one really didn't say that, but the oldest one, he was always in tension. He was always saying things like, "But I'm almost 16."
yeah.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I'm driving now. I'd be like, yeah, but sir.
So yeah, I mean, so our sons, we didn't buy them a car, right?
No, we didn't buy them a car. We passed them down our van.
Well, yeah, but no, they bought a car. Remember?
They did buy a car.
They bought a car together when they got their license, and actually, we never really gave them like a curfew or anything like that.
No, they never had a curfew.
They never had a curfew, and not because they, we just didn't care what time they came home. They were just always home at a decent time.
Yeah. I felt like if you live and follow the way you think that we would be, that you think it's respectful, then I'm not going to give you a curfew. I'll give you a curfew. You start acting up, and then we got problems.
Right. So we never really had any. Issue. So that excitement about independence really.
Be responsible about your time.
Yeah, they were pretty good about that.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems there.
Let's see, confusion about their identity. Now that's a very interesting one. One that actually, we're not careful, we'll dig in and get lost in that rabbit hole. Because I mean, and there's a lot of things to talk about when you talk about their identity. Pressure from friends.
Yes.
And I don't know that our sons really face that kind of
some of the things they wouldn't face too much because they were homeschooled. Yeah. So we didn't really have too much a problem there. I mean, they did have pressure. I think that's just kids have peer pressure. I mean, adults have peer pressure, but we didn't have any major problems out of it. Yeah.
Let's see, and anxiety about making the right decisions. I remember growing up, I would ask my father, and this is even in high school, hey, Dad, do you mind if I did this? You mind if I did that? And one of the things that frustrated the mess out of me, right? Because I asked the question, I wanted a straightforward answer.
Yes.
And he wouldn't give me a straightforward answer.
What did he say?
He would say, what do you think?
Oh, got you.
And I'm like, well, it don't matter what I think. That's why I asked you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I didn't say that, but this was my thought.
Oh, okay.
Now I wouldn't say that to him. Come on now. I'm not.
Well, that's why I was like, all right.
I'm not crazy. So, but that's what I would think. Like, I asked you because, I want to make sure. And for me, it was like out of respect, like I'm going to respect what you would require out of me.
Okay.
If it were left up to me, I would do it. For me, the fact that I'm asking the question means that I want to do it.
True. Yeah. For me, I'm not so sure I ever asked questions. I just kind of did it. I was always very independent, and even if my parents couldn't do it, I'd usually just find a way. So even if I got in trouble for it, if it was the wrong decision, I just take it and be like, well, I tried, or it almost worked out, or in other areas, for the guys, I tried not to. I wanted them to be independent. I wanted them to think for themselves, but I also wanted them to think things through. Yeah. So then I would say, okay, so let's weigh out your options. Yeah. I don't know how much they like that. But I was like, no, you got to think of your pros and your cons. Yeah. If you decide to do this, how would that help you? Right. If you decided to do this, how would it not work for you? And then what if you didn't do it at all? Right. Let's write it out. If you don't want to write it out, at least think about it. The oldest one would take the time to do it. The youngest one, he'd be like, okay. And then there's this decision. And look, it works differently for everybody. It does. But my whole thing was I wanted you to make a good, conscious decision. Yeah.
Now I talk about that frustration, me asking my father, but as I grew older, I understood what he was trying to do.
He was trying to make you think it through.
Yeah.
Yes.
It helped me exercise my
There
reasoning.
you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can still, as a parent, you can still give them your thoughts that may or may not sway them. That's the thing. So I could say, well, for me as a parent, this is what I would prefer that you do. But that doesn't mean that you have to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I would feel more comfortable if you do this or whatever the case. I would always try to reason because I wanted them to think it through for themselves so they could make their own decisions.
I think that a lot of parents would have an issue, a small issue with what you just said, because if you say, well, you don't always have to do what I suggest, as if they have the option that the parent don't want them to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I understand that thought process is probably not, I know I never got those options.
Right.
But growing up from an old school perspective, you didn't have thought that way.
Right.
It was you do what I say and that's the end of it.
And
there's no more discussion.
Yeah.
But that's the exact reason why I wanted to do things differently with my sons. Because I feel like, I felt like later in life, it did not give me my thought and identity that I wanted. Because it was always, this is what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And so to go back to where I was saying what my father was doing, I'd learned to appreciate that, where it frustrated me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking for him to say no. You
were looking for help.
But he was saying, I want you to exercise your own rationale.
Yeah.
And so then I realize now that it wasn't do as I say all the time.
Right.
It was, okay, what do you think you should do?
Correct.
I taught you, but what do you think you should do?
Yes.
And yeah, it took me forever to appreciate that part of it. It really did.
Yeah, I think that even in those kinds of situations, there's a little bit of anxiety of making your own decision.
Yeah.
When you're a teenager.
Right. And then, at the same time, when I make that decision, and I think I'm looking for some sort of
confirmation.
Thank you. That's it. Confirmation or affirmation for the decision that I've made. I don't want to disappoint. I didn't want to disappoint my parents by making the decision that they didn't agree with.
Yes.
And so then, I wanted to be able to do the right thing or make that right decision, and know that they felt satisfied, or you know what I'm saying?
I agree. For me, it was back and forth. It depended upon the decision.
Okay.
Yeah, it depended upon decisions. Some decisions I did feel that way. And other decisions, I was just like, yeah, I already know they're going to say no, so I'm just going to make my own decision. And sometimes it worked out, sometimes it wouldn't. But hey, that's decision making, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes a teenager doesn't need a lecture. They need a safe place to say, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Or even in that process, an affirmation of what they did right.
Yes.
And even if you didn't agree with it, still creating that safe space to where you can express that may not have been the best thing to do without it feeling like they're being condemned for what they've done.
Right. You want them to come to you so that you can give your knowledge and wisdom and so on and so forth. Even if they don't ask, but you still want them to come to you so that they can confide.
Right.
You want them to be vulnerable. You want to keep that relationship good and strong.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So marriage connection. Your kids are in high school. They're looking off into college.
Yes.
They don't need you to be around as much. They're doing their own life, extracurricular activities. They got their friend groups they're hanging with. You and your husband have a little bit more time together. All right. So in that situation, what happens when the kids grow up? Are you keeping your relationship strong?
Wow.
It's an important conversation for couples. One that should be discussed. What happens when the kids are going to grow up?
Yeah.
Not one that should be overlooked.
Right.
Because you want to prepare not only your children, but yourselves as a married couple. You don't want to look up and not know your husband or not know your wife because now you've pushed so hard to get your kids to be this point in life and now they're gone. And then you're like,
yeah.
Well, who's this person I'm living with then?
Right. Yeah.
That's what you don't want. So in order to prevent those things from happening so that the D word, divorce, does not happen.
Okay.
You want to be able to make sure that you keep your connection with your marriage.
So at what point do we start making preparation for this, and how does that look?
Well, for one, you should always stay in connection. Let's start there. Let's start there. You should not ever miss or leave your connection. You should be growing together in life.
So, and that's the answer I was looking for because oftentimes we think, right? I mean, and we do this with children as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. Where we feel like, okay, well, now he or she is 5 years old. Now they just need to learn discipline. And so, so the same.
It's harder then.
Yeah, it's harder then. The same principle applies to our marriage, right? Oh, the kids are getting ready to leave. Now it's time for us to reconnect. What?
Well, the last 5 years, I done lived my own life, just called myself married.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's hard to do it then.
Yeah.
Because then you create all these habits of you on your own.
Absolutely.
You create all these thoughts.
Yeah.
And you're still growing as a person. You're just growing separately from your spouse.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, plug for the, for what was it? The, married, growing together in marriage.
Oh, growing together in marriage. Yeah. Correct. Yes. One of our episodes last year.
Right. We asked the question.
Earlier this year.
It was earlier this year.
Okay.
Yeah. We asked the question, are you growing old together or growing old separately? It was
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go back and you can watch that episode.
Yes.
And get some of those answers.
Yeah. Because that will actually help prepare you for this part.
For this time in life. Correct.
Right. I mean, because again, what we're saying is if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Hey. Say it again, babe.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
There you go.
And that's the point that we're making here, right? That connection, if it's always there, then when we get to that point, you don't ask that question, what happens to us when the kids grow up? Because what happens to us don't change if we still have that connection.
And these are the best dating times, too, for parents. Mm-hmm. Not only because you have a little bit more time, but also because your children get to see you do that together.
Oh, yeah.
They need to have that example so they know what kind of relationships to go into, to know what they want out of a relationship, not what they don't want.
Yeah.
You want to show them what they do want.
Because here's
by example.
And these are the times, again, we talked about this a minute ago, right? These are the times where these kids, and I'm using the term kids loosely, but they are now looking at what the future is going to have in store for them.
They may not have watched you as much before as they would now.
So now, they need to see that. I mean, now, granted, they should have seen it.
Yes, all along. But it's never too late.
Yeah. This is why Kenya, we've always done what we could to make sure that our boys saw us loving on each other.
Yeah. And we didn't always do it right. We didn't.
No.
Our boys also knew we were arguing.
Yeah.
And would call us out on it.
But even the good and the bad helps them realize that these times are going to come, and And when they come, the bad times when they come, they're not the end of the world. And,
Right.
And then I don't have to always rely on only the good times to feel like everything is well. Healthy relationships sometimes still have trying times.
Yeah, they do, because life be lifing.
So
there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
So really that marriage connection,
Yes.
really is something that is important. So, I mean, we're talking, we've been spending a lot of time talking about kids going off to high school, but the reality is this starts when once the kids are introduced to the marriage.
Right. I mean, because your relationship is your relationship.
Yeah.
And it's going to be there long after the kids are gone.
Yeah. So, so we should still be building on that. Yeah.
So the next question is, have you and your spouse, and you all can just answer this in your mind, have you and your spouse maintained your relationship while raising children? If you haven't, now's a great time to start. If you have, then you can always improve.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So being able to make sure that happens is a priority.
And it's okay to sit down and periodically, talk about it.
Assess.
Ask yourself that questions, because when we do, that helps us identify where our challenges are and what we can potentially do to kind of help grow in those areas.
Making sure your communication skills are up.
Yeah. And making sure that you're taking time for each other.
Yes, making sure that you're friends, that you actually like each other still.
Yeah,
If there's any bitterness or anger or whatever, work that out and get rid of it.
And because she gets on my nerves every once in a while, don't mean I don't love her no more.
This is also true.
It don't mean that I don't like her. I still like her.
That's why I get on your nerves, because you like me. It's what it is, because the love for your spouse goes so much deeper than it does for anyone else.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we're the ones who get on each other's nerves the most.
The most.
That's just how that works.
Yep.
Having the tools to learn how to work through it is what you want. Yeah. Okay. Calendar review.
All right.
We haven't done a calendar review in a bit.
It's been a little while, yeah.
This is our first one for August. Okay, so.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. And I will just say it when we get down to it. Yep. Okay. National Wellness Month.
National Wellness Month.
It is just the nation's time where we try to keep each other with information about general wellness.
Okay.
All right. Immunization awareness.
All right.
So that goes with it. I know currently right now, Dr. what's his name? Fauci. I know he's under a lot of fire for all the COVID situation. And I know the immunizations is not really as pushed under this presidential administration, as before. I won't say any more about that, but this month is when generally it is pushed. Okay, for us to be have our immunizations. All right, Breastfeeding Awareness Month.
All right.
This is one that's close to my heart because I was one who breastfed.
Yes.
And being able to make it on the tongues more common, being able to make it more acceptable.
Yeah.
And, some people are just grossed out by it. Some people couldn't breastfeed, but it is actually a natural, beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And it is how we help our children grow. Yeah. It is what women do, amongst other things.
Yeah.
So it is something that is natural and is precious, and it should not be shunned upon.
Right.
All right. Eye Health and Safety Month.
Yes.
So we talked about General Wellness Month, but this month actually specifically focuses on eye health as well. I know everyone in our family wears glasses.
Everybody.
I'm big on eye health.
Listen, I didn't wear glasses until a couple years ago.
Until I told him he needed glasses. I knew you weren't going to say it. Babe, you can't see for real. You need glasses. You need to go to the doctor.
I can see.
He was in denial for so long.
I can see without my glasses.
You can see something. You can't see everything.
For the rest of the show, I'm going to take off my glasses.
Go right ahead. Let's see how well you can read. As a matter of fact, read the next one. Come on, babe. You can see.
I can see it. Black Business Month.
All right. Look at there. How much did you squint?
Oh, I was guessing now. I was
All right,
guessing.
the first word begins with a B. It looks like an L beside it.
Yeah. Just guessing what that says.
Yes. Black Business Month. Black Business Month. So this is the month where you should support Black businesses. Yeah. Help us grow. Help us thrive. Put money in our pockets and help our community as Black people. Black Business Month. Stop it. Stop it. Just put your glasses back on.
No, I'm trying to exercise
You're trying to squint and jack up your eyes. Is what you're doing.
I'm trying to exercise my eyes so I can.
That's not how you do it, sir. Okay. The 19th.
World Humanitarian Day to recognize global.
And for those who you are watching on YouTube, y'all can see his face.
To recognize global and workers? What?
Aid workers. Good assumption. You really tried. World Humanitarian Day, it recognizes global aid workers. Yes. Put your glasses on before you hurt yourself.
I said I'm going to do the rest of the show.
All right, the 26th.
Women's Equality Day marks the 19th Amendment and women's voting rights.
Women's voting rights, yes. Yes, Women's Equality Day.
Did I say it right?
Yes.
I did, okay.
All right, the 31st?
The 31st says...
You really? You gonna try to read it? Seriously? So it's his birthday and this man over here trying to read what it says. Come on now.
It says Kenny's birthday.
Yeah, and so the beginning of this segment, when he looked and then he said, wait a minute. And then he looked back again and he saw his birthday was on there. Yes, I remembered to put your birthday on the calendar review, babe.
Yes. My mother's birthday was
you acting like you didn't know it was going to be there.
Our mother's birthday was last week.
Yeah, I think I told her happy birthday. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure. Yeah, because you told us that morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Love lessons.
All right. Love lessons.
We're closing out the show, so we're getting down to the love lessons. Oh, your glasses are back on. Go ahead, read back.
Love them enough to let them grow.
Your glasses are on. Your glasses are on. You should be reading it properly.
No, but here's the thing, though.
Number one is...
No, love them enough to let them grow.
Say it again. Let's get it clear. Love them.
Is that entirely wrong to say love them enough to let them go? Let them go and grow.
That's correct.
Okay. See? So there. Blame it on my glasses.
Yeah, you also said enough and not enough.
Anyway, number
I was
2.
like, say it again.
Our second love lessons. They may leave your house, but they will never, ever, 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 ever leave your heart.
That's correct.
You want to stop me?
But yes. All right. So our closing of our podcast.
Yes. Listen.
We hope you have enjoyed. Actually, we know you have enjoyed. Whether you're a first-time listener or whether you are those who listen all the time.
Yeah. Repeat offenders.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say that. And then I said, no, I don't want to say that. But repeat listeners, those who are our regular listeners. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Regular listeners. Okay. So you have listened to us either on Envision Radio on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Central, or you have listened to us on podcast platforms.
Right.
Any of them, name one, we're there.
We're there.
And of course on YouTube. And I always say YouTube separately because YouTube isn't necessarily always thought of as a podcast platform.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can check us out on our website at marriagebelike.com. Subscribe to our podcast wherever you get podcasts. Remember that we have our book.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Our devotionals.
Yeah.
Last year was called what? He's got the blue one. It was called what?
Echoes of Faith. Yes.
And this year's called Voices
of Faith.
Voices of Faith. You used to go to echo it? Okay. 30-day devotionals that we participated in with other authors who are on Envision Radio.
Right.
So that was our second one that we did this year. Pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
And also, look, we just did an author's podcast.
Yes, we did.
You can check that out on Envision-Radio.
Is that where it is?
It's on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you can check that out as well. And I'll try to remember to put it on our page somewhere, so that you can go back and listen to it. But you got to meet some authors. We did a live show.
Yes.
And it was pretty cool. We had a good time. Did you have a good time?
I did. I really enjoyed it. I did. I did.
Okay, so you can email us at
Kenny and
Kenya at marriagebelike.com if you want to get feedback, if you want to be on the show. Also, to order our devotional, you can get it there as well if you don't want to go to marriagebelike.com. And if you'd like to bless our ministry.
Yes.
This is a ministry.
Yes.
If you'd like to bless our ministry, our Cash App is $KGOOD, G-O-O-D, Green. Green, like the color. All right. Shout out to our son.
Yes. KEG Beats. For the music you hear right now. Yes.
If you'd like to get to him, if you like his beats, then you can also connect with us at Kenny and Kenya at marriagebelike.com. Sorry, I said it so fast.
Yeah,
I did.
It's fine.
And that way you can get to him and see if he can get some beats done for you.
Yes.
Okay, the Marriage Be Like podcast is produced by our company, Green Room Entertainment. We are an award-winning
media production company.
There we go.
2 years in a row, actually.
2 years in a row. That is correct.
Yeah, so
we do all kinds of media.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else I'm missing, babe?
No, I think that's about it.
That's it? Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We hope you learned something today that you can put into your life. And we hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.